going yarn shopping. Sometimes when we learn to crochet or knit, it can be confusing when we look at a pattern, what it says to use, and I'm going to show you what yarns to look for what patterns, and we're going to talk a little bit about difficulty when you're a new beginner or a new knitter. The first thing we're going to start with is lace weight. We're going to start at the smallest pretty much available in the store. You've got Patton's lace. Here we have some really nice Debbie Bliss lace. It's not as furry as this one here. This one came from Tuesday Morning. This is a lace out of Italy. It has a nice little glimmer and shimmer to it. These are not recommended for beginner knitters or beginner crocheters. They are gorgeous. Learn the craft first, then come to these. When you go to the store, if by chance you are good and you have figured out how to do this well, you're going to look for this number here. This number says it is a fine number 2. Now on this one, you're probably not going to be able to see all the way to this little bitty number here, but it says fine number 1. Some of them will even say a 0. The Debbie Bliss, to my knowledge, does not have any labeling and tell you the size. It will tell you what size needles and your gauge to look for. So look for a size 1 or a size 2. Now the next yarn up would be a sock yarn. This is some leftover that I've had from a project. Sock yarn is a tad bit thicker. I'll pull this out here and you can see a little bit of a difference. It's thicker. It also has more twist to it. There are more layers to it. If I go to untwist this, you're going to see more than you would in the lace weight. Sock weight. Great for socks, of course. I've made some hats out of this with a smaller hook. You'll notice that here it says it's a 1, super fine. This is not lace weight, though it is a 1. Pay attention that what you're looking for will say socks or lace. You can use this for a lace weight shawl, but I don't recommend it. I like the look of these here. They're more finer, more elegant looking. The next size up is a size 3, which is going to be your DK kind of baby sport weight. Things you make baby clothes from, things that you're going to make a baby Afghan from. This is not marked, but it is marked with the size of the needles, okay? And it's a little bit thicker. Doesn't look that much thicker, but it is, than our sock yarn. Again, these are for your babies, things of that nature. Now, the next step up is worsted. And oddly enough, can you see? All 4 of these are a worsted weight yarn. They all look different. Worsted weight, in my opinion, is a little, it has the most leeway, in my opinion. You're going to find some worsted weights that are quite thin, quite flimsy, quite silky. Karen Simply Soft, great product. It is very silky. It does not have the body as something like this Wool Ease does. This is thicker and this is rougher, and it doesn't drape as well when you crochet or knit. Here is some Baby Boo, and it varies between a DK and a worsted, and it's great for baby things. This right here is also worsted. This one came from Tuesday Morning. They have a great selection if you ever get out there. It's a little tighter. Looks like it would make a good hat. Very nice scarf. Once you get out of the worsted weights, and say you're going to make a nice hat, a nice big bulky shawl or cowl here, and the scarf they have on, this is great. I recommend this if you're not a knowledgeable crocheter, not a knowledgeable knitter. It's thicker, easier to see, easier to handle. Now, I don't recommend it in a crazy variegation like this till you're very well at doing your craft. But if you look here, it has a bulky with a number 5. The worsted weight was 4. Here we're at a number 5. This number 5 will show up almost all bulky yarns. Some may not, but just look for the word bulky on the product. Now the next one up, and the biggest one that you're going to find in any store, that's like a Joann's or a Hobby Lobby or a Michael's, is something called super bulky. Now super bulky will have a number 6. Super bulky is great for hats. baby blankets, it goes really quick. It's easy to knit with, easy to crochet with. Most of the time it's only going to come in an acrylic yarn. All of these yarns that we have, when you go to the store and you've got your pattern out, you're going to look and say, okay, I need worsted, and you're going to find you a worsted that you like. Later on we can discuss how if you like a certain color yarn and say you want to make a worsted weight project and you find a beautiful yarn in a sock weight or a DK, I can show you later on how to make that happen. But for right now, if you're going to the store with a pattern, here are some of the examples of the yarn you will see and the things to look for.